we think about islands, we think about isolation. We think about the holidays. We think about paradise. We also think about that one Tom Hanks movie with Wilson. I love me some Wilson. Truth is, the island lifestyle can be pretty sweet, especially if it's in a tropical destination. And there are also some islands and cold places that are full of surprises and beautiful sights. But with so many islands around the world, have you ever wondered which one is the most beautiful of them all? I think the answer to that question can be different to everyone. But today I'll be introducing you to the ones that I consider to be the most beautiful islands in the world. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Our first entry is Santorini. We start our list with a very popular destination, Santorini. This Greek island is known for its white villas and contrasting deep blue waters. With so many white buildings near the shore, the colors of this island are eye-popping. Purple bougainvilleas and blue dome churches pop out against the deep blue water. Some of the most famous spots on this island include the Akrotiri archaeological site, ancient Thera, and a black sand beach called Parisa. It's also a popular destination to watch the sunset. Santorini is not only beautiful because of its natural wonders, but also because of its man-made structures. On top of that, Greece is also known as a very affordable destination compared to other parts of Europe. So if you fancy some luxury at a very decent price, Santorini is the place for you. Our next entry is Bali. This list wouldn't be complete without a mention of the aptly named
The Island of the Gods.
Now that's a title. While Indonesia is made out of more than 10,000 islands, Bali is hands down the most popular of them all. This is due not only to its pristine beauty, but also its unique culture. The Balinese people are very grounded in traditions that date to way back in time. Every month they have ceremonies and big parties to celebrate and practice their beliefs. This place is very popular among people who want to connect with their spiritual side. It's full of beautiful beaches, and some of them have white sand. Others have black sand, and others are near cliffs from where you can enjoy unique views. Also, the place is full of paddy fields and lush jungles. It's seriously a paradise on Earth. Our next entry is Capri. Italy might be a small country, but it's certainly full of surprises and contrasts. You can experience the fashion industry of Milan, the Colosseum in Rome, and the amazing Mediterranean culture in the Amalfi Coast. And 20 kilometers off this coast, you can find Capri, a very unique island in which you can find attractions such as the Blue Grotto. In these caves, locals bring tourists in small boats and sing opera for them to show off their skills and the amazing acoustics of the place. You can also go all the way to the top of Mont Solaro, where you can enjoy unique views of the island and the ocean that surrounds it. Our next entry is Hamilton Island. One of the most famous destinations in Australia is Whitsunday Islands. These 74 islands are along the Great Barrier Reef, the largest coral reef in the world. And the most famous island among them all is Hamilton Island, one that is full of exotic wildlife such as the sulfur-crested cockatoo, and amazing relaxing experiences such as sailing, snorkeling, and just generally relaxing. Even drinking a coconut under a palm tree sounds like a pretty enlightening experience if you decide to do that while you're here. This place is so unique that even celebrities like Taylor Swift and Leonardo DiCaprio travel far just to experience its beauty. Our next entry is Cat Island. The name of this island has nothing to do with your pet. Instead, people claim that this is a place that pirate Arthur Cat used to visit on a regular basis. So that's why it's called Cat Island. This spot is one of the most remote ones in the Bahamas. It's virtually untouched by tourism, which is actually kind of hard to believe since the Bahamas is overall a popular holiday escape. Cat Island even has a long strip of pink sand beach and a clear lake that people called the Boiling Lake, which according to local stories is home to a legendary creature. And that's why you can see mysterious bubbles and burps coming to the surface. The island is also full of historical places such as churches, plantation ruins, and even a bat cave that slaves used as a hideout. Our next entry is Koh Phi Phi. There are many beautiful islands in southern Thailand, but one of the most beautiful is Koh Phi Phi. One of the things that makes this spot so unique is the presence of huge limestone peaks that rise above the waters. It's a view that you don't get in many places around the world. Koh Phi Phi is so small that you can easily walk from one end to the other. There aren't any cars, buses, or taxis on the island. From this island, you can take boats to smaller, uninhabited islands, including the one in which they shot the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. The water is crystal clear, and there's even a place called Monkey Beach, in which you can enjoy nice views while playing with the beach's namesake residents. Our next entry is São Miguel. Around 850 miles west of continental Portugal, you can find Azores, a region made out of 9 volcanic islands. The most famous of them all is São Miguel. São Miguel is full of lush green landscapes and breathtaking hiking trails. The land is the most developed out of all the Azores, but it still keeps a lot of its natural beauty. In fact, some people actually call it the Green Island. And since it's a volcanic island, you can expect to find some volcanic steam vents and refreshing hot springs. You can easily drive to its remote villages and hop off your car for a refreshing dip under a waterfall. If you ever decide to visit this part of Portugal, then São Miguel is a must. Our next entry is St. Lucia. Not all islands are famous because of their beaches, and that's the case of St. Lucia. While this island definitely has some amazing golden sand beaches, the things that make it stand out definitely outshine its coastline attractiveness. Let's start by pointing out the Pitons, which are 2 volcanic peaks that are now considered part of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They're definitely the perfect background for a holiday picture. And that's not all. The island is also full of coconut tree forests, waterfalls, nature trails, and of course hot springs that are known for their healing properties. And if that wasn't enough, St. Lucia also has a French influence, which reflects on the heritage of the island and adds a unique touch to it. Our next entry is VAADHOO Island. Over the last couple of years, Maldives has become a popular country among honeymooners and adventurous tourists alike. And that's because this group of islands has something for every taste. Among all of these islands, one of the most intriguing ones is VAADHOO Island. Just like the other islands in the Maldives, VAADHOO is filled with natural features that everyone can enjoy. But what makes VAADHOO stand out from the rest is the bioluminescence in the waters that surround the island. In other words, the water around VAADHOO Island glows in the dark. This feature allows for great diving trips in what people call the Sea of Stars, and the best part is that the island is not so hard to access. It's only 8 kilometers away from the capital, and there's a road that connects you to it. Our next entry is SIPADAN Island. Southeast Asia is one of the luckiest parts of the world when it comes to islands. The countries in this region are full of them. I could easily make a video about Southeast Asian islands alone. While there's Bali in Indonesia and Koh Phi Phi in Thailand, there are other less-known islands that are also full of secrets and natural features that you can enjoy. Such is the case of SIPADAN, an island in Malaysia that is so unique that the number of visitors allowed is regulated by the government. While it's known as the best diving spot in Malaysia, in 2002 the island was given a protected status, which keeps it from getting crowded. But if you manage to join one of the allowed groups, you can get to explore 3 shipwrecks while diving next to seahorses and stingrays. Our next entry is Bora Bora. If swimming in crystal clear turquoise water is your dream, then Bora Bora is the perfect spot to turn that dream into a reality. And if you go alone, you don't have to worry about swimming on your own. There'll be lots of fish, rays, and turtles that'll be happy to join you in the water. You might even find sharks, but not necessarily the kind of shark that attacks people. Bora Bora is part of the French Polynesia, and what makes it stand out is that it's shaped like a big sombrero. The clear water is a big selling point, but the island is also full of hiking trails and delicious world-famous food. And for those who have enough money for a holiday on the island, they can stay on some over-the-water living spaces, which will make it easier for them to fall asleep to the sound of softly crashing waves. Now it's time for the day's best pick. The picture I chose for today looks like the kind of landscape that you get on a nice postcard. But honestly, when I first looked at this picture, I found it hard to believe that a place as nice as this one could exist. Next on the list, I have one that will surely take your breath away. And that island is RAROTONGA. The way they sell this island to visitors is by saying that it's like one big resort. Truly as the main spot in the Cook Islands, RAROTONGA has everything you need to detach yourself from stress and get lost in paradise. You can go on early morning hikes to see the sunrise or try something you haven't tried before, such as kite surfing and scuba diving in warm, crystal clear waters. And if you love good food, there are more than 100 places to choose from. With so many cafes, you can find anything you crave, including fine dining local cuisine, which is inspired by the Polynesian culture. In fact, you can also visit cultural villages and learn more about the local lifestyle. There are all sorts of accommodations ranging from private beach houses to luxurious homes. And transportation is not an issue. There are many options to choose from, and you never have to worry about traffic in a place as relaxed as this one. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out. Our final entry is MATINLOC Island. Like I mentioned before, the countries of Southeast Asia are lucky to have some of the most beautiful islands in the world. And there's one country that I hadn't mentioned yet, and that is the Philippines. With more than 7,000 islands, it only makes sense that this country would make it to the list. And the island I chose as the most beautiful in the world is one called MATINLOC. MATINLOC is part of El Nido, a municipality of Palawan Island. The thing that makes MATINLOC so special are its coral reefs, limestone formations, and white sand beaches. Some of its most famous attractions include Secret Beach, Hidden Beach, and MATINLOC Shrine. MATINLOC Shrine is a spot where you can get some of the best panoramic views of the area. In recent years, the government of the Philippines has taken strict measurements to keep their islands clean. They do want more tourists, but they don't want to compromise the well-being of the environment. Don't you feel like packing your bags and taking the next flight to one of these islands right now? Which one would you like to visit first? Or maybe you've been to some of them already. Let us know in the comment section down below. With all that said and done, that's our video for today, folks, and I will see you all next time. Later, everybody.